Hello everyone, welcome back into another episode of The Kennel. Of course, I'm Matthew Johnson. Thank you all for joining me. So as it stands right now, we have about a week left of April and a week left of this lockdown, the mandated quarantine. So we've gotten to the point where I've had to learn how to cook. And I'm sure many of you are more experienced, more able, and more knowledgeable than I am in the realm of cooking, but that's something that I've been doing at least once a week. And so one of the days that I've cooked over the past couple of weeks, I decided to film it, and here it is for you all. A little at-home quarantine cooking edition where Matthew tries to figure out how to make things. Alright, so today we are going to be making two dishes that will serve kind of as the main meal and then kind of a side little beverage to go with it. The first thing we're going to make is a Philly cheese steak sandwich, and then we are going to make some fruit smoothies to go along with that. The reason being, the Philly cheesesteak that we're going to make is going to be a little different than traditional. It's going to be a little more styled, to try to be a little healthier. And then of course the fresh fruit smoothies also a little tailored to try to make you healthy. Obviously, if you're like me and kind of stuck at home with a bunch of snacks all day, you may need a little bit of a meal to try to help you lose a little bit of weight. So we're going to try to craft a meal today to do that. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we need, of course, are ingredients. And our ingredients today are going to be half of a green pepper, half of a small onion, some cheddar cheese, 6 ounces of lean roast beef, and of course, some buns. Alright, so the very first thing I want to note to you guys is I'm going to be using an air fryer to cook this steak. But I will give you guys, I'm assuming that most of you don't have an air fryer, so I will be not showing, but still explaining what you would do if you didn't. So for me, and for any of you who may have an air fryer, the very first thing you want to do is we're going to go ahead and preheat that air fryer. The next thing we want to do is preheat our oven to approximately 350 degrees. Next for me, I'm going to put my meat in the air fryer. Then we're going to chop the onions, and you want to try to get both the onions and the peppers pretty decently fine. Next, we're going to spray our pan down with some nonstick spray. And then we're going to turn that on to about medium heat. We're going to throw in the onions and peppers, and then we're going to saute those around for just a little bit. Now, if you want a healthier option for breads, you can go with whole wheat. That's not what we're going with here, but if you want to do healthier, that's a way to go. So, once the onions are looking a little bit golden, that golden brown color, that's when you know you're pretty close to having that completely cooked. We're going to throw the meat in there as well. Now, if you hadn't cooked the meat previously in an air fryer, this would be the time where you are going to cook the meat. You're going to cook it just a little bit for a couple minutes longer than usual. So now we are going to top off the bread with some cheese, and after about 1 to 2 minutes, you're ready to top off the sandwiches. Now, I decided because of the people I was feeding to make these sliders. That's why I did both halves. If you're doing sandwiches, you'll just do one half. So I've sprinkled those with a little bit more cheese, and then they are ready to go into the oven for about 3 minutes. And once those are done, we bring those out of the oven, and we are ready to start fruit. Alright, so we have those kind of minimalistic Philly cheesesteaks done. But the next thing we're going to do to complement that is make some fresh fruit smoothies. All you need for that: some pineapple, strawberry, honey, doesn't have to be a cantaloupe, it can be any kind of melon, and then some cold water. We're going to throw that all into a blender, and it should be pretty easy, pretty quick. So yeah, let's get started. So we're going to use 2 cups of pineapple, and then we're going to cut the tops off of the strawberries, and then use 1 cup of strawberries. Then we're going to pour 2 cups of cold water in there, and then just take a cup of some melon slices, and then 2 tablespoons of honey. It's very sticky. I don't like it, but it does help with flavor. And then just blend it all up, and you are ready to go.
Yummy.
That I approve. Ah, yes. Now, thank you, Matthew, for showing us all how to cook. So now, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter kennel for you all this week. We're going to transition now into a message that a lot of you may have gotten through Google Classroom from Dr. Seymour. Just kind of sending a message to not only the seniors, but everybody everybody in Opelika High School, just answering some questions that you guys sent in, giving kind of an update. So without further ado, here is Dr. Seymour.
Hey guys, this is Farrell Seymour, principal of Opelika High School, and just wanted to send along a note of encouragement and thanks to our students and all the hard work that we see that's going on in the classes. You're doing a great job. We greatly appreciate all that you're doing in this unprecedented time, and just wanted to send along just a message. Just a quick reminder, please check the Opelika High website often for any updates or changes. That's where we originally posted our academic plan and how we're going to progress through for the rest of this year. So anytime we have anything major of note, we'll put on that website. We'll also try to get the word out by way of Facebook, Twitter, and Miss Lander's different email list. But please, just a point of reference, check the Opelika High website on a regular basis for any kind of changes, okay? I'm recording this. Matthew Johnson from the Kennel has been great in getting the word out and continuing on with the Kennel, and he has been in contact with me to answer a few questions from students. And I've spoken with a few students about different things as well, and I wanted to take a time to do that and address some different concerns or thoughts that's going on. But before I do that, I want to send a special message to all students, but in particular the seniors. First of all, thank you for your leadership and what you've displayed in this unprecedented time. You know, I think we can all say, and especially for me, that this class of 2020 will always have a special place in our hearts. This unusual circumstance will, I think, only sharpen your drive for the future, and I'm just looking forward to the many wonderful things that will be accomplished by this class. This is a difficult time. No one's ever finished a school year quite like this, and I do hate it for you guys because I see what you do day in and day out, the hard work and how you've led throughout your high school experience. And I'm sorry it's ended this way. But at the same time, it'll only sharpen you for the future. I know that. I have full confidence in that. We are limited on assessing the building, but if we can help in any way making that transition to the next chapter in life, please let us know. Call on our administrative team. Call on our counselors if we can help in any way. So on to a few questions, and some of it does relate to some senior items that I want to address. First, I'm going to read the questions as presented. The question is, what are the chances of us having a postponed prom or graduation ceremony? Even if the dates are not set, is it something that people should get their hopes up for, or are we not going to have a graduation ceremony? Well, a lot of that is still to be determined. We at all costs would love to have a graduation ceremony and a prom. At this point, however, we are unable to provide a date. We're going to have to take the lead of local, state, and federal authorities on those kind of things and just follow the news on that kind of thing. It is a priority of ours to do that if possible, but we can't make a commitment to any kind of date or a ceremony of any kind. And the same would apply for items like project graduation, senior picnic, or other similar events, banquets and things that have been canceled, and certainly the sporting events have been canceled by way of the Athletic Association. So right now, this is all up in the air, and I wish I could give you something more definitive. It is a priority for us to recognize our seniors in some way. We're just waiting on a bit more guidance from the authorities so we can move forward, hopefully, and recognize you guys, particularly our seniors, in the appropriate way soon, we hope. We have a question for AP students taking exams this year. How will they be conducted? Well, AP students will have the opportunity to take AP exams. The College Board, which is the governing body for AP exams, they've created an online free response exams for every course. These exams have been designed to cover content that most AP teachers should have covered through March. The online exams can be taken on any device, including smartphones. You just type your responses, or in some cases you can write by hand and submit by photo. My best recommendation here is to talk with your AP teacher. You can also check out the AP College Board website for more information on that, okay? We had a question about online classes. How will they operate for the rest of the year? Do they fall under the opt-out option? that some of the classes do. Well, this was in the letter we posted last week outlining our plan. Students enrolled as of March 13th, 2020, and that's the day we got out. If they had anyone enrolled in Access or Apex for virtual learning, you must complete the coursework through the end of the semester, okay? So students in credit recovery, as of March 13th, they can continue in the course until it's completed. So this was in the letter we addressed a few weeks ago, rolling out our academic plan. So just refer to that, and it's on the school website as well, okay? The question is now, how will clubs that use spring tryouts to determine fall classes be handled? Things like choir, band, other sports, that kind of thing. Well, much like everything else right now, we don't have definitive answers on when these things can take place. Obviously, our current focus is on academics and finishing the school year, so we can ensure that everyone's taken care of academically, and also different family needs we have to help address. And once we're able to do that, hopefully we'll have more guidance in the coming days and weeks for tryout possibilities. Right now, we can't commit to a date and time and means of that just yet, okay? We had a question about the EMT program. Will students in events such as EMT program be able to receive certification? The answer is yes. The school will purchase vouchers for the exam in May. Then the EMT students will have a year to take the exam, which is administered at the testing center at Auburn University. CNA students also, you'll have an opportunity to take your certification exam at a later date once it's deemed safe for groups and people to meet again. We had a question about yearbook. Will we have a yearbook for the year 2020? And the answer is yes. As a matter of fact, the yearbook staff worked so hard this year, did a great job, and submitted the book on time just prior to our absence beginning in March. So we sent the yearbook in, but the company we use shut down the plant that publishes the yearbook right about the time it arrived. So it's in holding at the plant in the Midwest. So once it opens up and starts running again, they hope to be printed, and hopefully in the future, at some point, you'll get the yearbook for the year 2020, okay? The question is, what should students expect for school events or practices that usually occur in the summer? Well, at the moment, again, it's much like everything else. We're waiting on the local, state, and federal guidance on when and how to meet, and that would include practice. So right now, nothing is scheduled. Everything is closed. The campus is closed, that is. You certainly can work out on your own and that kind of thing for sports and practice, for band practice, all those things. But at the moment, the campus is closed for those kind of activities, okay? Guys, I really appreciate all you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job, and we see the work that's being done. If we can reach, you need us, and you need to reach out to us as the administrative team, faculty team, or counseling team. Please let us know. We are so excited to see the direction you're going in the middle of this crisis, and we're very hopeful to see the great things that will occur at the end of this experience. We are Opelika, which means inherently that we're strong. We meet a challenge head on, and we don't back down, and we're not backing down now. So I will leave you with this. Keep the faith, stay strong, and go Dogs.
All right, thank you, Dr. Seymour. We do appreciate that. Again, kind of a shorter kennel this week. I'm counting down until we are out of the lockdown, hopefully, by the next time I talk to you guys. But for now, we hope you guys are staying safe, staying entertained, and we will see you all sometime in the future. God bless. Go Dogs.